Hello students, hope you are safe and sound at your home. Today we are going to continue with our chapter indices. Okay, so today we are going to start with exercise number 28, but before that we have to revise some of our formulas. Okay, the first formula which we are going to use is a raised to the power m divided by a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m minus n. Okay, so in this formula you have to remember that whenever there is a division sign we are going to subtract the powers. Okay, so this formula has three cases. Okay, so we are going to discuss all the three cases one by one. The first case. In the first case, m will be a bigger number and n will be a smaller number. So first case will be m is greater than n. Okay. In second case, m will be a smaller number and n will be a bigger number. So it will be m will be smaller or lesser than n. And the third and the last case is that m and n will have the same values. Okay, so m will be equal to n. M will be equal to n. Okay, so all these three cases have a different method of solving. Okay, so we are going to discuss each case in detail with an example so that it would be easy for you to understand. Here the formula remains the same. What is the formula or what is the law? That a raised to m minus divided by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. This remains constant. Okay, so what are the changes we will observe here? Okay, the first example for the first case. Okay, you can open to page number 46. Practice set 28, the first question, simplify and observe the first question, that is a raised to the power 6 divided by a raised to the power 4. This is the question which we are going to solve right now. Okay, so before that it is compulsory for you to mention the law which you are going to use for this formula. Okay, so we will write, we know that a raised to the power m divided by a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m minus n. Okay, so here we have written the formula right now, and now we are going to convert our question in the form of formula. We are going to write in the form of formula. So it will be a, now here m will become 6, so it is 6 divided by a raised to the power n will become 4 is equal to a raised to the power now m minus n, that is 6 minus 4. So 6 minus 4. Now this is a simple subtraction. Here you don't have any other formulas requiring. Okay, so you will just do the normal subtraction here, and what answer we will get is 6 minus 4 is 2. Since it is simplification or simplify, you have to stop till here. Okay, we will now take another example. Six raised to the power 4 divided by 6 raised to the power 3. Okay, so we are going to again write the formula because it is compulsory, and then after that we will write the question in the form of formula. So here the a is 6. Okay, so we will write 6 and m is 4, so 6 raised to the power 4 divided by again 6, and now n is 3 raised to the power 3 is equal to 6 raised to the power m minus n, so that is 4 minus 3. So what answer we are going to get is 6 raised to the power 1, or you can just write 6. Okay, because the number having the power 1 is a number itself. So this was case number 1, where m was a bigger number and n was a smaller number. Now the second case. Okay, in this case we are going to observe that m is a smaller number and n is a bigger number. I'll write it in bracket here so that you will understand. Okay, so what steps are required here? Okay, for this type of problems where m is a smaller number and n is a bigger number, we require one more law of indices, that is a raised to the power minus m, okay, is equal to, now whenever there is a negative power, okay, what we do, we take the reciprocal of the number or the base. Okay, now since here there is no denominator, we will assume 1. Okay, so what is the reciprocal of this? It will be 1 upon a, and now since we have taken the reciprocal, the power, negative power, will become positive. So we'll write here m, and which is required. We cannot solve a negative power, so that is why we are converting the negative one into a positive one. Okay, so the law of indices says that if a power is negative, okay, so we should make it positive. That is why we take the reciprocal. So it will be 1 upon a raised to the power m. Okay, and this we are going to use for our case number 2, where m is a smaller number and n is a bigger number. Okay, so we will solve it with the help of an example. Now you can observe question number 2 from practice set 28. Okay, the question says m raised to the power 5 divided by m raised to the power 8. This is the question. Okay, so here if you observe, m, which is the power, that is 5, is a smaller number, and n, which is 8, is a bigger number. So this is case number 2. Okay, now how to solve this? The method is similar, only some steps are additional. Okay, so we will write, we know that a raised to the power m divided by a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m minus n. Okay, now we will convert our question in the form of formula. So now a, here it is m, so it will become m, and what is m? It is 5. So m raised to the power 5 divided by m raised to the power 8 is equal to m raised to the power 5 minus 8. Since 5 minus 8 is not possible, what you will do? You do the normal subtraction, that is 8 minus 5. So 8 minus 5 is 3. So I'll write here 3. But the additional step is you will take the greater number sign or the bigger number. Now check those numbers and see which is the bigger number. So here 8 is a bigger number, and what sign 8 is carrying? It is minus or negative sign. So I'll add a minus sign here. Now if you see the answer is a negative. Yes or no? It has a negative power. So there we are going to use our additional formula. And what was the formula? The formula was a raised to the power minus m is equal to 1 upon a raised to the power m. This formula we are going to use here. Okay, so now here even this question does not have a denominator, so we are going to assume that it will be 1. Okay, since there is no denominator, you will always assume the denominator as 1. So when we will do the reciprocal or flip it, what will happen? It will become 1 upon m. Okay, take the reciprocal, and this minus 3, which is negative right now, will become positive. So I'll just write 3 here, and this is your final answer. Okay, Now we have to mention the formula because we are using a new law here, so we will mention which formula we have used. So rather than writing it here, use this formula here, okay, so that the teacher will understand that which law of indices you have used to get this answer. Okay, we will solve one more example so that it will be clear for you. P raised to the power 3 divided by P raised to the power 13. Okay, this is the question. Now here also you will observe it that the 3 is a smaller number and 13 is a bigger number. Again case number 2. Okay, so we will now convert this question in the form of formula. So it will be P raised to the power 3 divided by P raised to the power 13 is equal to P raised to the power 3 minus 13. Okay, so again what we will do here is, since it is not possible 3 minus 13, do the ulta, okay, or the opposite. So it will be 13 minus 3. So it will be P raised to the power 10, and the additional step, that is you will use the bigger number sign. Which is the bigger number here? 13. So the sign which 13 is carrying, that is negative, so we will write here negative sign. Okay, but again you can see here that the question, so the answer which we have got has a negative power. So here we have to convert this negative power into a positive one. So the law of indices which is required is A raised to the power minus m is equal to 1 upon A raised to the power m. Okay, so this is the formula. Now we are going to convert it here. Since here it is only a single number and does not have a denominator, we will assume the denominator as 1. Okay, so it will become, the reciprocal will be 1 upon P, okay, raised to the power. Now since we have done the reciprocal, the answer will turn positive, so it will be 10, and this is your final answer. Okay, now we are going to talk about the case number 3. In case number 3, m and n both are equal. Okay, so here also we require an additional law of indices. Okay, and what is that law? It is A raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. Okay, this law of indices is required for third case. Okay, so here you should assume it that A raised to the power 0. So any base having the power 0, the answer will be 1. So it can be any base. So any base with power 0 will be 1. Okay, so we are going to use this formula for the further sums. So the question for this, okay, we will solve this example with the help of a question. So x raised to the power 10 divided by x raised to the power 10. Okay, so if you observe this, here m and n, both the powers are equal. So now we will first write the formula which we are going to use. Since it is division, we will use the division indices. So we know that A raised to the power m divided by A raised to the power n is equal to A raised to the power m minus n. Okay, so this is the formula which we require. Okay, now we'll convert our question in the form of formula. So it will become x raised to the power 10 divided by x raised to the power 10 is equal to x raised to the power 10 minus 10. And if you solve this, what will get? X raised to the power 0. Okay, since it is, we have the power as 0, the final answer will be 1. Okay, so here the formula or the law of indices which we have used is A raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. Okay, so you have to mention this law so that the teacher will understand that because of this indices, because of this law, you have got the answer 1 here. Okay, and this is the easiest case. Okay, from all the three cases, this one is the easiest one. Just remember all the steps for each case. Okay. Now, the next question is find the value of. Okay. In simplification or simplify, we were just finding the basic form. Now we are going to find the entire value also. Okay. So, whenever there is find the value, use the following steps which I am showing right now. Okay. So, the first sum is minus 7 raised to the power 12 divided by minus 7 raised to the power 12. Okay. So here if you see, again the powers are same. So this is the third case. Okay. This question is for third case. Again we will write the indices or the law. So this is the law which we are going to use, and we are going to convert now our question in the form of formula. Okay, so minus 7 raised to the power 12 divided by minus 7 raised to the power 12 is equal to minus 7 raised to the power 12 minus 12. Okay, so the answer which we are going to get is minus 7 raised to the power 0. Now again if you observe here, since the power is 0, the answer which we are going to get is 1. But how do we get this answer? So we are going to first mention the law. So the law is a raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. And this is your final answer. Okay. So now we will talk about the second sum. Okay, that is, the question is seven raised to the power 5 divided by 7 raised to the power 3. Okay, so here if you observe, our m is a bigger number and n is a smaller number. So this is our case number 1. Okay, so we are going to solve this sum with the help of case number 1. So we'll write the law, that is, we know that a raised to the power m divided by a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m minus n. So now we'll write the question in the form of formula, and that is 7. Therefore, 7 raised to the power 5 divided by 7 raised to the power 3 is equal to 7 raised to the power 5 minus 3. Okay, so it is a simple subtraction. So 7 raised to the power 5 minus 3. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Now we will not stop here. Okay, we are going to solve it further. We are going to find the value. Okay, so it will be 7 raised to the power 2 means how many times I am going to multiply 7? 2 times. So it will be 7 multiplied by 7. So 7 sevens is 49. So this is your final answer. So 49 is the final answer. If it is simplify, you will stop here itself. Okay, but if it is find the value, you will find the multiplication form and then the final value of this question. Okay. Now we will talk about the third question. We will solve the third question, that is 4 upon 5 raised to the power 3 divided by 4 upon 5 raised to the power 2. Okay, now everything will be same. Now if you observe here, again m is a bigger number, n is a smaller number. So this is again for case number 1. Okay, now we'll write the question in the form of formula, that is 4 upon 5 raised to the power 3 divided by 4 upon 5 raised to the power 2 is equal to 4 upon 5 raised to the power 3 minus 2. So the answer is 4 upon 5 raised to the power 3 minus 2 is 1. So whenever the power is 1, we are going to write the number itself. So it will be 4 upon 5. Okay. For this step, we are going to mention the law which we are using. That is, a raised to the power 1 is equal to a. So this is the law which we are going to use. Okay. So this is a final answer. Now we will talk about the last sum of this exercise. That is 4 raised to the power 7 divided by 4 raised to the power 5. Okay. So here, if you again see, again m is bigger, n is smaller, again it is case number 1. So we will write the question in the form of formula. 4 raised to the power 7 divided by 4 raised to the power 5 is equal to 4 raised to the power 7 minus 5. Okay. So the answer is 4 raised to the power 7 minus 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. Okay. We are not going to stop here because we are going to find the value. So we will find the multiplication form. Here 4 has the power 2. So how much times I am going to multiply 4? I am going to multiply the number of times the power is, that is 2. So it will be 4 multiplied by 4. And what is 4 fours are? 4 fours is 16. So this is the final value. Okay. So with this question, we have finished practice set 28. Okay. Please revise all the questions. Now we will move on the next topic. Okay. Now we will require 3 important formulas to solve the further questions. Okay. So we will learn each formula in detail. Okay. So the first formula is, or the law is, A multiply by B raised to the power m. If you observe here, we have 2 different bases. In the previous laws, there were similar bases, but here we have 2 different bases, but the power is common. So when we are solving, we are going to mention separate powers for both the bases. Okay. So A will have the separate power raised to m, and since it is multiplication, I'll write multiply, and B will have its own separate power. Okay. So this is the answer for this law. Now similarly, the second case is, instead of multiplication, now we will have division. So it will be A upon B raised to the power m. Again there are 2 different bases and there is a common power. So we are going to mention separate powers for separate bases. That is A raised to the power m upon B raised to the power m. Okay. Now the third and the final case is when, if it is in the form of A raised to the power m raised to the power n. Okay. There are 2 powers for a single base. Whenever such cases are there, what we will do, we will write the base first and we are going to multiply both the powers. Okay. When there are 2 powers, we are going to multiply both the powers. So it will be A raised to the power m into n. Okay. So these are the 3 important formulas which we are going to use for our next examples. For the first formula, that is A multiply by B raised to the power m is equal to A raised to the power m into B raised to the power m. For this question we will solve with help of examples. Okay. What is the example? 2 multiply by 3 raised to the power 4. Okay. So here first we will write the formula or the law which we are going to use. So we are going to use this law. So we will write, we know that, what's the law? A multiplied by B raised to the power m is equal to A raised to the power m into B raised to the power m. Okay, so here if you observe, here our A is 2 and B is 3 and the power which is common, that is 4. So we will convert this question in the form of formula. We get is 2 multiplied by 3 raised to the power 4 is equal to 2 raised to the power 4 multiplied by 3 raised to the power 4. Okay, if it is simplification, we will stop here, or if it is find the value, we will find the multiplication forms of both the bases and we will find the value separately and multiply both the values and find the final answer. Okay, but in most of the cases it is only used for simplification. Now one more example for this case. X multiplied by y raised to the power z. Okay, now if you observe, this entire question has variables and no numbers are here. Okay, everything is mentioned in terms of alphabets. Okay, so now this question we are going to convert in the form of formula. So it will be here, A is now x, B is y and the power is z. Okay, so the answer is x multiplied by y raised to the power z is equal to x raised to the power z multiplied by y raised to the power z. As simple as that. Okay, so this was our first case. Now we will go for the second formula, and the formula is A upon B raised to the power m is equal to A raised to the power m divided by B raised to the power m. Okay, so we will solve this question with the help of example. So if it is 4 upon 5 raised to the power 3. Okay, now we are going to change the law because we are not going to use the same one. The law is A upon B raised to the power m is equal to A raised to the power m divided by B raised to the power m. Okay, now we will convert this question in the form of formula. We get is, now here A is 4, B is 5 and the power here is 3. So it will be 4 upon 5 raised to the power 3 is equal to 4 raised to the power 3 upon 5 raised to the power 3. Getting? So this is how you are going to solve such type of questions. Now the last example for the last law, that is A raised to the power m raised to the power n is equal to A raised to the power m multiplied by n. Remember, when there are two powers, we are going to multiply those powers. Okay, we'll solve it with an example. So 5 raised to the power 2. Now you can read it as 5 square also, because when there is the power 2, you can use the word square. Raised to the power 3, or you can use the word here cube also. Okay, now for this we are going to write the law, that is A raised to the power m raised to the power n is equal to A raised to the power m multiplied by n. Okay, now we will convert this question in the form of formula, that is 5 raised to the power 2 raised to the power 3 is equal to 5. Now it is multiplication, it will be 2 into 3. So 2 multiplied by 3. So it will be 5 raised to the power 2 into 3. What is 2 3s are? 2 3s are 6. So this is your final answer. Okay. One more example. 7 raised to the power minus 2 raised to the power minus 5. Okay, so we are going to solve this question now. Now you will convert this question in the form of formula. It will become 7 raised to the power minus 2 raised to the power minus 5 is equal to 7 raised to the power minus 2 multiplied by minus 5. As mentioned earlier, I have told you whenever you see a negative sign, just mention brackets, so it will be easy for you to solve. Okay. Now here is a multiplication of negative numbers. Okay. So the first step which we are going to do is multiply the signs. So we'll first write the base as it is, and now we'll do the multiplication. For the multiplication, the first step is you will first multiply the signs. So here it is negative and here also it is negative. So minus into minus, when the signs are same, we get the answer plus. Okay, when the signs are same, we get the answer as plus. And now after that we are going to multiply the numbers. That is 2 multiplied by 5. 2 5s is 10. There is no need of mentioning the plus sign. Okay, so you can just write 7 raised to the power 10. Okay, so this is your final answer. Now we will solve practice set 29, which is on page number 48. Okay, so the first question is simplify. So here the question is 15 upon 12 raised to the power 3 raised to the power 4. Now if you observe this, it is the third law which we learned right now. Okay, so it is 3 and 4. There are two powers. So when there are two powers, we are going to multiply. Okay, so before that we are going to first write the formula or the law. That is, we know that a raised to the power m raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m minus n. Sorry, m multiplied by n. Okay, so when there are two powers, we are going to multiply. So here we will write the question in the form of formula. So it will be 15 upon 12 raised to the power 3 raised to the power 4. So what is a here? A here is 15 upon 12. If you observe this question, there are two powers, and whenever there are two powers, we are going to multiply. Okay, so here a here is 15 upon 12. The entire bracket is a. And what is m? M is 3. And what is n? N is 4. Okay, so writing this, what answer we will get is, first we are going to write a. So a is 15 upon 12. So 15 upon 12, and now we are going to multiply the powers. So it will be 3 multiplied by 4. So 3 multiplied by 4. So the answer we are going to get is 15 upon 12 raised to the power 3 multiplied by 4. 3 4s is 12. So this is your final answer, because we are only simplifying the sums. Okay. Now the next sum. The next sum is 3 raised to the power 4 raised to the power minus 2. Okay. Now we are going to write this question in the form of formula. We get is 3 raised to the power 4 raised to the power minus 2. Now here a is 3, m is 4, and n is minus 2. Okay. Now answer we are going to get is a, that is 3 multiplied by m raised to the power m into n. So that is 4 multiplied by minus 2. Now since there is a negative number, I am going to add brackets because it will be easy for us. Okay, so I'll write the base as it is, and now I'm going to multiply the numbers. Okay, but if you observe, there's a negative sign. So first we will multiply the signs, and then we are going to multiply the numbers. 4, okay, here the 4 has no sign, means we assume here it is positive. So 4 is positive and 2 is negative. So if there are opposite signs, we get a negative answer. When the signs are same, we get a plus answer, but when the signs are opposite, we get a minus answer. Now we have got the sign, now we'll multiply the numbers. So 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. And this is your final answer. What is the final answer? 3 raised to the power minus 8. Now since it is a negative answer, okay, the power is negative, what do? We take the reciprocal, okay, so it will be 1 upon 3 raised to the power 8. Now because we cannot always keep the negative power, so we convert it into the positive one. So which formula did we use here is a raised to the power minus m is equal to 1 upon a raised to the power m. This formula or this law we use for this final answer. Okay. The rest of the sums are similar. I'll solve the last 3 sums and you can practice all the remaining sums. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. So we are going to directly solve question number 8. Okay, that is five upon 8 raised to the power 3 raised to the power minus 2. Okay, we are again going to write the formula and then we are going to convert it in the form of formula, that is 5 upon 8 raised to the power 3 raised to the power minus 2, which is equal to 5 upon 8 raised to the power 3 multiplied by minus 2, negative sign, so brackets. Okay, now I'll write the base as it is, 5 upon 8. Now if you see here, again one number is positive and the other number is negative. So first we'll multiply the signs, plus into minus is minus and 3 2s is 6. Now this is not a final answer because the power is negative. What do? We take the reciprocal. Now since 5 upon 8, now it has a denominator. What do? What will be the reciprocal of 5 upon 8? Yes, we just flip it and it will become 8 upon 5. Okay, and the power will become positive. Okay, what law did we use here again is a raised to the power minus m is equal to 1 upon a raised to the power m. Okay, or if it is in the form of denominator, I can write like that also. A upon b raised to the power minus m is equal to b upon a raised to the power m. So this, by using this formula, we converted into final answer, that is 8 upon 5 raised to the power 6. The negative is converted into positive with the help of this formula. Okay, so you can use the previous formula or this formula for solving this question. Okay, now the 9th sum. Three upon 4 raised to the power 6 raised to the power 1. Okay, now we are going to convert this question in the form of formula. Okay, it will be 3 upon 4 raised to the power 6 raised to the power 1. So it will be 3 upon 4 raised to the power 6 multiplied by 1. So the final answer is 3 upon 4 raised to the power 6 ones is 6. So this is your final answer. And the last question, that is question number 9, is that two upon 5 raised to the power minus 3 raised to the power minus 2. Okay, sorry, raised to the power 2. Okay, now we'll convert this question in the form of formula, that is 2 upon 5 raised to the power minus 3 raised to the power 2, which is equal to 2 upon 3 raised to the power m into n. So it will be minus 3, since it is a negative number, into 2. Again, first we will do the multiplication of signs and then the number. So minus into plus is minus, opposite signs. So answer is negative, and 3 2s is 6. Again, if you observe, there is a negative answer. Whenever there is a negative answer, what we will do? We will use the law and make it positive. That is 3 upon 2, just take the reciprocal and make it positive. And the formula we used here is a upon b raised to the power minus m is equal to b upon a raised to the power m. We have to just take the reciprocal or flip the numerator and the denominators. Okay, so this was this were the sums, and now the second question, which is very easy. We have to just make the negative powers positive. Okay, there's a separate exercise based on making the negative powers into positive. Okay, so question number 2, first question is 2 upon 7 raised to the power minus 2. Okay, now for this we will require the formula a upon b raised to the power minus m is equal to b upon a raised to the power m. To make the negative power positive, we have to take the reciprocal. So the question in the form of formula will be 2 upon 7 raised to the power minus 2. Okay, now here a is 2, b is 7, and the negative power is 2. Okay, so now to convert it into positive one, what we have to do? We have to write b first. Now b here is 7, so it will be 7 upon a here is 2, so 2, and now this minus 2 will become plus, so that is only we'll write 2, and this is your final answer. Okay, the rest of the sums are similar. I'll just solve the last sum. Here it is y raised to the power minus 4. Now whenever there is a single number, only the numerator is present and no denominator, that time you will use this formula, that is a raised to the power minus m is equal to 1 upon a raised to the power m. Okay, when there is numerator as well as denominator, you will use the previous formula, but if there is no denominator here, you will use this formula, okay, or this law of indices. Now comparing with the formula and converting it, we get y raised to the power minus 4 is equal to, now we have to take the reciprocal. Now there is no denominator, we will assume 1, so it will be 1 upon y raised to the power minus 4 will become plus 4, and this is your final answer. Okay, so for today we have solved practice set 28 and 29. For practice set 29, I have not solved all the sums, but you can try because all the sums are easy. If you have any doubt, you can message me. Okay, thank you.